it's Dale here. Now you may recall a while ago I showed you silk paper or cocoon strippings, and I was really excited because this is what we received in the mail. And have a look at these ones, and they're gorgeous. They're textured, and I used them. And then when I made the paper, I thought it was rather delicate, and I thought about it, and I thought, well, it still works. But then the more I thought about it and played with it, I discovered it wasn't working so well. So I emailed the people, the manufacturers, and I asked them, it did have sericin in, and they said, oh no, madam, we took the sericin out so that you could dye it. And of course, I went into instant meltdown really, because it's not, while it's beautiful and it certainly would dye and it'll make fabulous paper or anything you like, we're still thinking about what we're going to do with all this. It's not got the sericin in, which is the object of the exercise. So and I wasn't sure what was going to happen. So luckily for me, they came good, and they sent us another load. And as you can see, this is more like I've had before, and it has got the sericin in. And it's not as knobbly and everything, because it's been hasn't been, you know, washed, whatever they do to take it out. So I tested it by making a bit of paper straight away. And of course, unlike the last one that I showed you, which was very white, this has still got the natural, because it's got the glue in it, it's still got that slight goldy browny colour, which is like nature. And so you can see that it worked well, and you can feel it, and there's the piece, and I would make a whole paper. But I'll show you again what I've got. If you had ordered this from us, and then of course you've been waiting for this one, so you got a little bonus. But this will be for sale, and it will dye beautifully. And but as I said, we're just sort of thinking about what we're doing with it. We haven't sorted out all the costings, etc. So this is what I've done here, and this is I've laid some down again from this one, and then I'll just spray it with water, because remember, it just needs water to activate. This other one's going to need textile medium if you want to make silk paper with it. So wet it up and put my glad bake baking parchment top and bottom. Protect your iron on hot, whatever. I just turn it on and she goes, and turn it over the outside just to make sure, and iron it again. And of course, as I say many times, if you're going to colour it afterwards and use a dye, not an acrylic paint. So I use the Moon Shadow, Moon Glow sprays, or any sprays you've got, like Sept Atkas ones, they're pretty good, and or anything like that, or powders that you've mixed. Now you see here it comes, and it's a beautiful piece of paper, and it's got this bits in it, but you can also see, if you look carefully, that it's got got that golden look, and that's from the glue in it. And I suppose I should have had my brains on and been alerted that other time when I made paper with it. It was just, I'll pull a little bit out and try to show you, and it will make paper. It's just very delicate, and much better to use a textile medium. So I won't waste too much time here. I'll just show you, because it's got a tiny bit of sericin in, but now I'm thinking you'll have to go hunting to find it all. So I'll iron it. And this was the first for me, and I've been using and selling it for years. So I must say, now here it is. So it has glued together a wee bit, but not not as like this did. Look how fast that has. That's really good, and it's going to end up really firm like this. And of course, remember, you can layer it again, do more, reactivate it when you iron it. This one's very delicate, and I would suggest it's fabulous. Use it in your work. You can dye it, and you can make it into silk paper. Now, I also the other day made a piece of silk paper, and this is with the Tussar silk that we've got. And that's the piece of paper I made. And isn't it beautiful? That's firm. You can stitch on it. You can cut it, weave it, do all those sorts of things. Use it in book covers, whatever you're doing. I've made lots of garments. And that was where I put 3 layers down very gently. So that's the silk cocoons, either the silk, tussar silk, beautiful with textile medium, 50-50. The whatever, we haven't decided what we might call this yet, but this is, look how knobbly and textured it is. So it's quite different from the silk, from the tussar silk, and it's going to make beautiful pieces, but it'll take dye beautifully. And then of course your basic, my best friend, the cocoon strippings. And you can see how they've actually got the stuff in, you know, I can feel the dust and stuff a bit. So that's the difference. So there we are. If you're interested, go and look at the website or get in touch, and we'll see you again another time. Bye.